Hi everyone, this is Wendy. I'm on to show you how I made my Do You Remember memory keeping box. So what I started off with was just a recycled box. This one's just, it had 2 fruits in it, and it's a very, very sturdy box. What I'm going to do to start off with is cut these 2 flaps off here and cut the top off there. Okay, I've got those all off, and we've ended up with a nice straight top on the box. And then now I've just grabbed some scrap black cardboard, and I just want to, because I want to cover up this part here, and I just want to make that flush at the top. So what I'm going to do is just measure that across and put just a mark to where I want that cut. So just line it up so it's straight. And cut that down there. And I'll just cut it down a little bit just here. Okay, so then I am just going to get this and fold it over. I can glue that just right along the top there. Okay, so I'll grab my glue and then just place that straight over there and just hold it down. So that just tidies up the top front part of my box. Okay. Now the next thing I'm going to do is just grab my black gesso, and I'm going to paint right along the edges of my box. I might have to give this a couple of coats, but that's okay. And I'm only going to go out about, I don't know, ½ an inch into the inside and the edges. And I'm also going to paint the inside of the box down about ½ an inch as well, a couple of centimetres. Okay. And I'm also going to go right down and paint the inside of the joins as well, just to tidy them up a bit. Okay guys, I've got all my edges on my box painted and the bottom. I am going to put another piece of cardboard on there, only because that it dents in this way, but if you put your hand in, it's rather still strong, but I want that covered up anyway. So what I'm going to do now is just measure for my inside pages. Now for the inside papers of my book, I'm actually going to use the Little Women 12 by 12 patterns and solids. So I'm thinking this one here. I really like that too. Okay, so I'm going to use these two. I'll get one to start with. I'm actually going to use just this side here. It's black, but it has got a very faint pattern on it. I'm not sure if you're going to see it, but anyway, I'm going to use those ones. It's going to fit in there. Okay, so I want two of those. Alright, I've just got a piece of the Graphic 45 12 by 12 chipboard sheets, and this is the medium weight. So I'm just going to cut a piece out so that I can sit it on the bottom, on the inside. Okay, so that's going to be 8 centimeters here. By 16.5, just there. Okay, so that's for the inside. And for this piece here, I'm actually going to, I might cover it that side. No, I'll keep it the same. Okay, so I'll just move those out of the road and just measure this up. So cut that down about there. And I want some tape. So I've just got some double-sided tape here, and I'm just going to put some tape along here. Put the glue right up along here. Scissors. Okay, so that's the inside base for my box. Just make sure it fits. Yep, it's going to fit great. Okay, so what I want to do first is just going to get my vintage ink and just go around the edges just to take out the white. So now it's just a matter of putting some tape on these. And I've put the tape in a little bit from the edge because I'm going to use some wet glue as well. And now I'll bring back in this. And I'll do the side ones first. And I'm just going to put some more glue right up around the edges because I don't want the edges lifting up. And just slip it down on the inside of your box and just make sure it's level up the top, which is not quite level. So that should be right there. Okay, and then just get your bone folder and press that down. Okay, and do the other side. So far so good. Not sure if you're going to see that in there very well, but it's getting there. Okay, now we'll do the big inside. Okie doke. That looks so good. So nice. Alright, now we'll do the other one. This one goes in here. And we'll line it up with that one. Okay, that looks good. Okay, so the last thing we've got to do is just put the base inside there. And this one is just going to go right down in the bottom and sit right down inside there. So I'm actually going to put my hand on the inside, or my hand down like that, and just push that down nice and firm on the base there. Okay, so that's our gorgeous little box all decorated inside, and now I can start on the outside. I'm going to use this paper, which is Time to Cherish, for the sides. So I want to cut 2 at 8 centimetres, which will be this way. 2 at 8. And 19.5 centimetres. Yeah, that one will do. So that's one. And this one here at 8. 19.5. Oh, did I do that? 19. Oh, I done that. Oh no, 19.5. Okay, so that's going to be for the sides, right there. Yeah, they will be good. And now for the front, I'm going to have this one on the front. The other side, should have cut that. And the front measures, okay, I'm just going to check the front. Yep, 16.5. So we're at 15, 16.5. And 19.5. Okay, so that's my front piece and my two sides. Now I'm going to decorate the front of the box, so that's why I wanted like a more or less a plain patterned paper. But the back of the box, I think I might like to put this image here because it's just so beautiful. So what I need to do is just to mark out my width, which is 16.5. So I'm just going to kind of measure. There's my 16.5 mark there. So let's go just over like that a bit. Get a pencil. So that'd be my first edge. I will cut that off. Okay, so I've got my front, back and sides. So this is the front of my box and that one's going on there. Okay, oh that looks so good. And I forgot to do one for the bottom too, but I'll do that one in a minute. Okay, so with this I am going to just go around and ink my edges just to take any of that white out. And I'll put the side ones on first. So I just need to put some double-sided tape on these. Okay, so I'll get the sides on first. Oh no, oh yeah, no, that's right. I thought I put the tape on the wrong side. Okay, so we've got that side on, and we'll do the same to this side. And up this way. I'm going to see the gap I've left at the top. Okay, that looks pretty good. I put a bit more glue just here. Okay, so I've got two sides on, and now I'm going to put the back on, but you don't really know what the back is anyway. Okay, that'll do. Oh, how lovely does that look? Oh, that is so pretty. Okay, now put the back one on, I mean the front one. This is actually the front because I'm going to decorate the front. Pretty even all the way around. Yep, cool. That's the front, that's the back, okay, which is going to be strange because you could actually have, it's going to be so that you could have this for the front or this for the front. So, and they're the sides. Okay, and the inside's all finished off as well. It just feels so nice and looks so lovely. Now I just want to do a piece for the bottom down here. And let me just see, I need one a little bit wider than that. Now I'm just going to cut another base, so I'm just going to use some of the chipboard first. So I want it 8 1/4. That's 8 1/2. About there, I think. And this has to be 16 1/2, which is about there. Alright, and I'm going to use for the base, I'm going to use the same as this one here. So all I'm going to do is just put that, center that on there. So I want to fold over the edges for the base. And put some glue down on here. Here's the base of my box, and that will go right on there. Oh, lovely. Let's just put this up here and level this one up. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? Okay, and just give that a good press on there. But what I am going to actually do is just put that up right there and just put something heavy in there just to weight it down. Okay, gesso. Okay, so that's pretty good. That will weight that down until it dries properly. Okay, alright, so I'm going to let that dry now and I shall be back, guys. What I'm going to do now, I've got the box part of it finished, and I've also cut a few of those for the decoration, but I want to put a lid on the box. That's going to be my back, and that's going to be the front. Okay, but I need a lid. So what I'm going to do, I've got some scrap pieces of chipboard that fits in there really nice. So I'm going to use that for the sides. I'm actually just going to write this on here, sides. and I need to cut a piece, oh look, that a little bit smaller than that. So I'll use the straight edge here and just cut this down a fraction. So maybe there, we'll see how that goes. So I'll just see how that is now. Yep, that'll be perfect. Okay. And I need to cut these, I think I might cut them at 2 centimetres in length. So I want 1, 2, right, need 2 for the side, and that is going to be cut at 2 as well. Now I just need to measure the top, and I'm thinking that I just want a little overhang on it, so I think 1 centimetre from this top here, just 1 centimetre out, that'll be fine. So my box is actually 17, so that'll be 18.5 by 9.5. The lid's going to be placed just on the top like that. Okay, that looks pretty good. And I'm going to cover this. So let me see if I've got a piece big enough. Yep, that'll be fine. I'll use that. Okay, so I'll grab some tape, grab some thicker tape. Okay, and snip the corners. So that's going to be the top of my lid. Like that. And I need another piece for in here, which I don't think that, oh look, it will, that will just fit. And I actually might just ink around this as well, just to add a little bit of depth to it. Just seems about right, just there. So that's the start of the lid, which is going to go on there. Which goes around that way there, so that'll look pretty cool. Now, with these pieces here, I'm also going to cover them as well. And I need some more, maybe that's long enough there. Not quite. And that one's not quite long enough either. Okay, so I need another piece of that. Which I'm going to use a piece out of here. This one. Okay. Now, let me see. So I'm going to use one of the front pieces and just fold that up. Okay, so if that's 2 centimeters, I'm going to cut it at about 5 centimeters. Okay. Okay. So I'll cut 2 at 5. 5. And then 1, 2. I'll just bring that over there and measure it. And then another one here. Okay. So I'll put some glue on this one. And I will put it right along the edge, just like that. And then this one here, some glue on this one. And I'll cut this down here. Not sure how good I'm going to cut freehand. I'll have a go. Right there. And we'll fold this over. And some glue on here. And this needs to be trimmed off here. Got a nice straight edge there, and then our fold will come out around there. Okay, I'll do the same with this one. Down there, and this needs a trim too. Right, so, and I've got this one here, so those two are going to be joined. I'm going to ink this edge down here. To do now is just glue these together, so that will go there. Oh no, that won't go there. Oh, that was lucky. The long one goes there. Okay, that one goes there. Stronger glue. Pretty sure that is going to stick now. Just hold it for a bit longer. Okay, and all I'm going to do is put some more glue up along around here, and just be careful that it doesn't drip off the sides, because there is a little ridge along the top. Bring in my base, and we're just going to turn this upside down and centre this, excuse my head, about there. So let's see how that goes. Okay, so we'll keep that pressed down for a minute or two. Okay, and we shall turn that up this way. Make sure that's straight. I'm just going to see. See this pop in here? No? Yes, it will when it's dry. Okay, so I'm just going to turn that up there, and I'll just bring out a couple of things just to weigh it down. Just like this, to hold it down. Okay, and I'm just going to let that dry. Okay. Hi guys, I've just popped back on to do a quick voiceover just for the end part of this video. It was getting rather a little bit too long. So what I'm showing you now is the die that I cut, and this is from the Tim Holtz collection. I think it's called Alterations, I'm not sure, but I'm going to make it into like a pocket window for the front of my box, and I'm giving all the little pieces a good coat with some black gesso. And now you can see I'm just putting the acetate window on the front, and I'm layering up the two smaller bits for the front, the edging on the front as well. I did cut two thin pieces to put on the sides at the back so that it just raises it up a little bit off my box. I did forget at that when I done the sides that I needed one for the bottom so the photo wouldn't fall all the way through, and I do end up thinking, oh, I've got to do one for the bottom, so that's what I'm doing here now. I just cut another little thin strip and put it along the bottom of my pocket window, and that's going to stop my photo from sliding out. So I've just slowed it down a little bit and just showing you here how it's going to actually look on the front of my box. Oh, it's so pretty. I did end up putting some Inca Gold around the edges of my pocket window, and because I had so much left, I decided to just rub some of the Inca Gold around the black edging on my box as well, and just using a wet glue and gluing it to the front of my box. It's just, oh, it's just looking so lovely. I'm so really pleased with it. There's the lid. The lid just turned out so wonderful. I gave myself a bit of a hard time making the lid because I wasn't sure on exactly how to use it. I really should have looked up a few videos to find out how to do it first, but it did turn out exactly how I wanted it. And I found a little black handle that I eventually put on the top just to add another dimension of interest to it. So with me decorating the front, I cut out some of my little fence posts, and I also grabbed some of the Craft chipboard pieces, and I think these little flowery ones were in the Australiana collection, and I painted them up. I did paint them the wrong colour to start with, but then I checked with these flowers that I'm going to put on the front, and I ended up changing the colour. So now I've got one of the Bow Bunny layered chipboard pieces up the top that says family. They are just so pretty. And you can see here I'm just starting to work out where I want everything to be placed on the front of my box. So I'm using some of the graphic 45 rose collection, and they, oh, now I've forgotten the name of them, but they'll be on the blog. If you want to know what I've used, it'll be on Auntie Vera Scrap and Craft blog for May. And I'm just working out where I want all my little pieces to go on the front of my box. Adding some flowers, and I think I was going to add the stamens, but then in the end I didn't. I thought, no. I inked up the white part of the stamens to pop in there, but I just didn't end up using them. I don't know why, I just didn't. And now I'm just placing those chipboard pieces on, and I'm using my hot glue gun doing this. And I had some of the skeleton leaves that I placed behind a few of the flowers as well, just for another layer of interest. It just turned out so pretty. I was so pleased with it. And that, look, I just can't say it enough, that graphic 45 Little Women paper is just absolutely gorgeous. So now, instead of using those stamens, I decided to just grab out some of the very small pearls that I had here in my supplies and just pop them behind some of the flowers, and just still working out what I want to put on it now. And then I thought, well, I'm going to add another flower up the top there at the side, and also use some of those small pearls and put a little border around my pocket window. And I think it just really added to the look of it. It just turned out so pretty. So I'm nearly finished now, just finishing off the pearls. And I also used one of the other little Bow Bunny layered chipboard pieces just to go down on the bottom, just on top of the fence. Now, I was wondering what feet I was going to put on there, and I did have these feet in my own supplies. I've had them for a good couple of years, and I thought, yes, I'm going to use them. And I was very lucky because I have two layers of the chipboard, one on the outside of the box and one on the inside as well. It was thick enough for me to actually screw the little feet for the box in, and everything just seemed to turn out. It was just, I was really pleased with it all. So you can just see me here, I put a bit of glue on the feet and then screwed them in as well. And they just look, oh, they just look wonderful. Just love how it turned out. I really did. So that's about it. Oh, except I'm pointing to the lid now because I haven't found the little handle that I wanted to put on the top. right at this moment, but here I am now. You see I've found the handle and I've glued that onto the top, and I'm just using my black Posca paint pen just to darken up the whites on the handle. So I'm just showing you the lid goes on lovely. The handle was still a little bit wet, which is why I didn't completely pull it off. It just looks so lovely. So you can have, where I decorated the front, you could have that as the front, or you could even just have the back of the box as the front as well. So, you know, if you get tired with it, you could always change it round. So I hope you enjoyed that. I know it was a long video, but you all have a great day, and I'll catch you later. Bye bye.